Welcome to another live stream. So we are playing Out of the Park Baseball 27, the new one. I played a little bit before on my main channel here with 26. So this is the new one. We're going to do a live rebuild. So obviously live streaming it, but we're going to do it with the Colorado Rockies. So I haven't changed any of the settings. So we're going to go ahead and try to do that. So we're going to add a template. I don't know how long this will take to load. I think it's faster to do it this way. So open the game with just default settings, and then I'm going to import the template. When I do a custom start and then I import or do the settings through there, I feel like it takes like 50 minutes for it to actually get in. Not literally, but it does take like 15 minutes, to be honest, to actually load into the game. All right, now it says we're not responding. Who knows? Maybe the game will crash. I've had a couple of crashes, but nothing that's. I've only had one that's really like impacted my ability to play the game since it took off or it ended a season that I didn't get a chance to save because it wasn't at the point to save yet. And we had like a 30 and 18 start, and then when I redid the same time frame, we were like 8 and 30. It was almost like a complete inverse. So it was quite fun, but. I remember it being stuck here for a bit at the 51%. Maybe it will crash here as well. So we'll get to see that as well. We'll get to see that as well. But I'll go through the settings that I have changed. Some things that I do want to make sure that are different. But it is still on the good old loading path. Thought it'd be a little bit faster now since there was an update since the last time. Guess I was wrong. I was bamboozled. But I'm not gonna go to a park today. I went to 4 different parks this week, 2 yesterday, but there's kind of scattered thunderstorms, and I think today I'm just gonna take a full day off. So I did some mobility and some stretching a little bit ago, but I did a lot of training yesterday, and I'm quite sore from that. So I want to feel good for tomorrow because I'm gonna go up and train at a different gym, and we'll see if that ever, or we'll see how that goes tomorrow. But we're kind of stuck. I know it says loading. All right, I think it might be going to. Maybe that changed. Maybe I'm gaslighting myself. I don't know. But yeah, training yesterday went really well. I was able to do 120 from the blocks and the snatch. Try to do it for a double. Was pretty close. Missed a second right behind. Uh, Attempted 125. Just wasn't close on that one. Then did some hang clean and jerks. Got up to what was it, 140. So I was happy with that. And then a double with 170 in the front squat. So that was good as well. So a lot of productive lifting. I was also able to do some bodybuilding work since I was at the gym that had just a different gym. I wanted to get my money's worth because it was $25 for a day pass, which is pretty expensive. It's a nice gym, but it's also $100 a month for a membership. So it's not really feasible for me to want to pay that for really any gym, but for one that is theoretically 30 minutes from my house, when in actuality it is closer to being probably an hour, honestly, most times with traffic, because I'm driving towards downtown, and that is not ideal. Not ideal at all to deal with traffic every day. Really nice facility, but for $100 a month to sit in an hour of traffic, which I kind of get stuck in that going to the regular gym anyway, but it's only $35 a month. I actually forget. It's not, it's under 40, which is much more reasonable for a membership. I'd probably, for a facility like that, that's also 24/7, you're not getting any coaching, you're not getting any programming, a team or anything with that for the $100. I would say that a more reasonable price would be much closer to 50 for how nice the facility is. But also, even if it was 50, it would be right on the edge of like, is it even worth it to pay for that to, struggle to get through traffic? Because it would really be me mostly wanting to go on the weekend. Like during the week, it would just be horrendous to try to go there. Man, we are really still stuck on this loading screen. What a great live stream so far. I didn't think it would take this long, but we're locked in. We're locked in and we're trying to make it work, but maybe it won't. Oh, no, there we go. We got past it. All right, so now that we have the settings loaded, we can go and make sure they're there. So owner goals, for some reason, you can never save that as a setting. So we turn that off because owner goals are usually they just get in the way. We're gonna clean up the scouting database, run full scouting, and then we'll clean it up once again. Go down to the players and teams. This, you can only change it once you're into an actual game. We're going to leave that at 30 and we'll leave the rest at default. We'll leave this all at default. I sometimes like to think and try to manipulate them, but not really worried about that right now. We'll turn off reputation trading, make that manual advance, leave this all the same, leave this all the same. We'll do sabermetrics favored for that and recalculate all of that. Don't know if that does anything. All right, so we are here. We have the projected worst team of baseball. Play 500 baseball. Good luck with that. Let's go into our roster strategy for the team. So we're going to be very aggressive at stealing and base running. And, well, let's go sabermetric. I think that it wants base running aggressive. We're gonna make stealing aggressive because I just think that's with the way that baseball is now. Base paths are bigger. Hook starting pitching. We'll leave that all there, and then we'll kind of have to be a sabermetric team. All right, so leave this like this for now, and our team's gonna be bad. That part we do know. Um, there are some, so we're gonna have to clean up some. We're gonna have to go to here, commissioner mode, because I'm seeing some glitches in the matrix. We have some duplicates. So it's nice to have that option. We can get some of these players deleted. I don't know why it shows. All right, so we're going to. I don't know why the free agencies got duplicated, but I guess we'll try to fix that. There's 3 of the same player. Oh, they're 2 different people. It's the same name. That's kind of crazy. I don't know why importing my template created that error. Honestly, we're just going to do that for I mean, for those players, who cares if they're duplicated? Um, delete the duplicate, Max Kepler. We'll just focus on the players that have a higher rating if they were duplicated. So I guess this is an error with the template system. I'm not sure why it does that. It doesn't seem to do it for every player though, but it does do it for quite a bit of them. Like, why does it do it for JT but not for Chris Clark? Unless maybe we already deleted it. But we'll focus on anyone that has 2.5 star potential or above, regardless of their age. And then we'll go down and sign people. I almost deleted Jordan Diaz. But he wasn't duplicated, or we otherwise figure that out. Like Kyle Funkhauser didn't duplicate. So it's like most players do, but like Amir Garrett and Ray Garrett, like Garrett, the Garretts didn't get duplicated, but I guess we'll do it this way. Work the system a little bit faster. So his Jose is an Iron Man. This Jose has torn his shoulder. We'll delete the hurt one. I don't know how that happens. Two Tom Murphys, one's hurt for 8 months. We'll delete the injured one. We're helping some of these players out, deleting their injured twins. it's we're getting close. Surely there can't be that many more. It's kind of annoying I have to do all this though. There should be an option to like clean up the roster where it just deletes duplicate names like this. Or maybe just not have this issue. Thankfully, I should only ever have to do this once. All right, so we're not going to worry about the rest of those players. Now that should be good for commissioner mode. We don't need to nix anyone else from the stratosphere. We're going to make our age nothing. Change our last name from Smith to Dada. And now we actually go to the free agents. We're going to give him a 2-year contract. Because he'll be injured, I think, for this whole year. Yeah, so see if we're able to get him. Try to improve our minor league system a little bit. There's starting pitchers that are like not 27 or below. We might try to throw them into the system, but trying to find all these young fellers. Might just bring Jordan Diaz up to the major league roster. Since we're gonna be a bad team, we're going to rip the band-aid off of a lot of the players that are eating our large contracts and just kind of commit to being bad, because not really much chance of us being good, although we'll look to see what we're able to create. All right. Quite a few guys that are pretty good prospects that are just randomly chilling in free agency, so we'll keep searching them out. Ryan Mata, 26. Marcus Morgan. Fran Oskel the third. Well, that's a cool name. Debbie Paulino. Blake Piers, Piers off. Piers off? Piers off. All right. Should be getting close. Bob Seymour. Who did he even play for before? Tampa Bay. Keep rocking and keep rolling. All right. So we're good there. Let's clean up the good old roster. Look at old players and we'll just rip the band-aids off. We're gonna do all players. We're gonna rip the Chris Bryant band-aid off. All right, that should be good for now. Actually, that's another thing we should look at. Anyone that's a 1 star. Really can just cut all these guys, to be honest. All right, so we cut one person off our major league roster. We have a couple of guys that are actually quite a few guys that are 3 stars that are, or 2.5 stars that are potentially ready to be at the major league level. So we're gonna look at our lineup. We're gonna go by default for both, just so we can clear up for age. We're gonna demote. Kyle Freeland went 5-17. It's a rough year. If anyone wants them, nobody does. All right, we're gonna look here. We have McCarthy that's here, who we do not want. So we're gonna try to get a pitcher for him, get some relief pitching. And usually you can trade for some pretty decent bullpen arms, but unfortunately, we're gonna even check veterans. I don't care who we get. Man, they don't want it. Nobody wants that dude. We're gonna go ahead and demote him or waive him. Mickey Moniak batted 270 last year with 24 home runs. He's at. See if we get a pitcher for him. Oh, we get a whole bunch of nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. All right, so in reaction to Chris Bryant, he's been hurt like the last 3 years. Has had his league annual uploading new schedule has not been generated. All right. That reminds me of another thing I need to check. Go to league settings, rules, ghost players. I guess that's another error that got created when I upload my custom settings. We did try to sign a bunch of pitchers, a bunch of players in general, but several pitchers that we can bring up to our roster. So I'm actually fine for Ian Anderson. We need him on the roster anyway. We need to try to get rid of this dude. Anyone. Man, that's crazy. Do what we can do. We need some more money. Can any of our players be traded? Oh my goodness. All right. Surely someone will want a 26-year-old second baseman. Please, somebody take him off our hands. Here we go. All right. He gets Starling Marte. That's a random player. Man, getting a whole bunch of nothing. See if we can do a prospect package, potentially. Potential prospect package. Say that 3 times fast. Potential prospect package. Potential prospect package. Potential prospect package. He's just a DH. That's crazy. That's like the worst player I've ever seen. Half star potential, maxed out, has no defense. 5'7", 175 pounds. What a player. Seems like the Royals are giving us our best potential player. We could get an outfielder, but we don't really need an outfielder because we have some guys that we can bring up. Trading him will give us some money. Is his contract? He has a minor league contract, but we're gonna try to get some money. We're gonna throw him into the contract, and then we're gonna try to get more money. No, we can get 10 million. That's fine. All right. Now we can go back to our free agent and offer him some more money. Look at free agency. Bring up the pitcher we just signed. Bryson full. So we have a good catcher. We have old outfielders. We try to trade Bretton Doyle as well. Ideally for pitchers, but we have so many hitters that are ready to come up. We're able to come up. All right, so we can get some decent relievers from Kansas City. That's going to be our best bet. I think Bailey Falter probably. Do you have stamina? Oh, he can be a starting pitcher too. Can we get another pitcher from them? Probably not, right? Hunter Goodman for him. That's a little bit too much. Carlos Estevez. We have to give up too much for him. Matt Strahm. Carter Jensen. Probably not. All right, let's look at AAA. See if there's any young fellers. Steven Zolbeck. No, too much. I'm fine with that. Let's even though we just traded for him, we're gonna add him on just so we can add more money. We just signed him, but we're gonna go ahead and just throw him into the trade. So acquire some more money as well. I do think we need to fix the budget, so we're gonna go back in commissioner mode for a second because I forgot to do that. We have 19 million, so we're gonna take 10 of that into development. Leave scouting pretty bare bones. We're gonna let them do the first year combine. Promotions to demotions is okay. And then player strategies and development focus, just in case they want to change them. Usually the default's pretty fine with that. All right, we gotta start pitching rotations, whatever. Right, can we pull off the upset? Probably not, right? That would be actually kind of hilarious. All right, let's look at the waiver wire. We're definitely gonna claim him. All right, so I'm not unpleased with our current makeup of our roster. It's about as good as we can get. What I want to do though is we're just going to release him because there's no reason to have him on our team when we have Jordan Diaz that we can bring up. Lost 7-2 in the first game, unfortunately. Is that a Korean team? Pretty cool that there's competition with other leagues for players to be signed. All right, Ryan Feltner. Make sure we have Chase in our starting rotation. Same with Brian Mata. Since we're going to be bad, we might as well be bad with our young pitchers. We actually won our second game, which is kind of cool. All right, change this to batting stats. No reason to have him on our team. We're bringing him up. We'll leave Adele down there for a little bit. Sterling Thompson also at some point should come up, but try to trade Chad Stevens. Player I've never heard of, but he has 2.5 stars on him. Not really sure why. All right, nobody wants him, so we'll just leave it there. Place them on the injured list. Mines will be cautious with that sort of thing, and because we have dudes we can bring up anyway. Mark Vientos? Oh, we definitely claim him. We claim anyone with a pulse. That's kind of our strategy right now. We're gonna try to shop him. If nobody wants him, then we're just gonna release him. Or actually waive him. I would love to get any player. Bring Alexander Canario up to the major league level. Look at our lineups here. Ryan Ritter's 25. We're gonna go ahead and we have that other second baseman that's 23 that we can bring up to platoon up at the major league level. Troy Johnson's also a 28-year-old first baseman that we don't really need on our major league roster, so he might be on the chopping block as well. And they really don't want to give us anything. All right. Rock Riggio. Bring him up. Then Troy, we don't really want. We have Sterling that we can bring up. All right, well, we're gonna be bad. We might as well be bad with our younger players. We are currently 1-3, on our way to 1-4. We're gonna be losing lots of games. We're not last in the power rankings, which is interesting. Blaine Krim is on the injured list, but he's also a like 28-year-old first baseman, so we honestly still don't need him. So we're gonna try to get him to AAA or just waive him or whatever. It doesn't really matter. All right, we got more negotiations. All right. 0.83. One hit probably. We managed to win a game against the Dodgers, and we're not winning much after that, though. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like. I don't think Mark Vientos. That's such a crazy player for us to randomly be able to get. So that means that Chad Stevens is going back to AAA. Mark Vientos might actually do pretty well with the Colorado Air. We're 1-6. Hey, we're not entirely trying to lose, but we're giving our young guys. What's up, Justin? We're giving our young guys an opportunity. I'm going up to Columbus tomorrow to lift at the Clintonville gym. Do some, oh, my game just crashed. That's fun. I don't know why it did that. We'll see how much progress I lost. Yeah, well, all I'm doing is buying VUG and literally only doing that. So if VUG goes up, I'm rich. If it doesn't, I'm poor. But with my tax return and everything, everything's going into VUG. I have on my main account 35K. That's including the margin into it. On Robinhood, I have another in my Roth, another 4,400. And then I have a credit card through Walmart. Yeah, that's insane. You might need to stop working if you're doing that kind of stuff. But on my credit card, I get some cash back from like Walmart stuff. So I have a little bit more in it from there. All right, so we didn't lose too much, which is good. I think we still get Mark Vientos from the waiver wire. Yeah, we Mark Vientos again. This is the new version of the game, so it's all based on simulation. So it's all like the current accurate players. So it's I guess it's kind of like if you think like The Sims or like it's the graphics aren't obviously the important part, but these are all like the accurate rosters to what's actually like on the actual major league team. So it's based on trying to have accurate simulation engines than actual like graphics. It won't let me pick up Shohei unless I force that. I think the closest I actually got, I had a random trade for Paul Skeens on a file. It was really bizarre. I don't know why it happened, but yeah, Shohei I wouldn't be able to get till he's an old man. Our we have the Rockies, who are by far the worst team in baseball. They have no money because they gave it all to a player that's hurt all the time, and um, they have some good prospects, but they just have no money at all, which is why we're 1-6. We're gonna be bad for a while. But I went to I thought the Reds haven't given him an extension. I mean, if the Reds don't give him an extension, the Dodgers will. See what his contract is. Which I mean, to be fair, so he turned down a contract that would have made him the highest player or highest paid player in Reds history, but he's what, 24. So in actually, since he's from the Dominican Republic, he's probably like 27 or 28 in real terms. His current salary is 770,000. So I guess he's pre-arbitration, but let's see what they offered him. He won't be a free agent until after the 2029 season. Honestly, I mean, if the Reds have him till then, I think it's probably better just to not re-sign him. Well, I mean, for probably the best shortstop or one of the best, probably top five shortstops in all of baseball, that's pretty low. You have some guys that are getting $30 million that he would run circles around as far as being a better player than. But yeah, the Reds are kind of in the situation where the Guardians are in, where they just don't give that second big contract. And I'm of the philosophy that if it's someone from the Dominican Republic, you have to add 3 years to their age. And so if you're signing him to a contract in 2029, which is 3 years from now when he's quote unquote 27, he's probably 30, and he's going to want like a 10-year contract. So he's going to be 40 at the end of it. Is he really going to be productive in his late 30s? You know, theoretically, you'd be 37, but nobody in the Dominican Republic has a real age that I believe. It's kind of like people that say that top level weightlifters are not on steroids. I think a lot of young Dominican, Latin American players are on steroids as well, but they also lie about their ages. A fun guy. So the Guardians, as I was growing up, had a player named Fausto Carmona, however you say his name, was not his real name. So he was from the Dominican Republic or whatever, but he was like 27, and then just in the middle of one year, he magically changed his name and also added 3 years to his age, which was hilarious. We're gonna drop him down. But yeah, where is Fausto? And he was a pretty decent pitcher for the Guardians for a little bit. His name changed from Fausto Carmona to Roberto Hernandez, and name and age. In 2012, he got arrested. He was using a false identity to obtain a visa, and he was actually 3 years older than reported. Uh, Yeah, while he was known as Fausto Carmona, is given a birth date of December 7th, 1983, which would have made him 22 years, 4 months old in his major league debut. Since he was known by his real name, he was actually 25. So that's what a lot of these, they're quote unquote 16 years old, but they look like they're 30. It's just because they're more of an appealing prospect when they are, 16 or 17 and not 20. But in all actuality, they're obviously older. And there's some pitcher I remember seeing. He was like a top international signing of just a random player, but he was converted to a pitcher, and he was quote unquote 23. He looked like he was about 30, and it's hilarious because it's either like they're on so much drugs that they age really fast, or they're just actually older, or a combination of both. But yeah, Saturday I'm going to Columbus to lift. Yeah, Ellie Daily Cruz is definitely 23. I mean, comparing to what we know what a 23-year-old looks like and Ellie De La Cruz, he's definitely just 24. He's just a young lad. Now what's tricky too is I don't think all Dominican players lie about their age. Like maybe he is really like because the thing is too is like if he's 24 and he's 27, he's not going to look much different. But all those guys need to do is lie. If he's 19, he says that he's 16, then, suddenly he's more appealing. And you have 3 years of just normal physical development that you can leverage to have as well, which is, some would say, pretty useful to have. Pretty useful to have. I mean, that's like doing a steroid cycle. You go from 16 to 19. You need the natural roids. So you grew up in the Dominican Republic. You signed as an international free agent, and he debuted at 17 years of age. Yeah, so he's probably about 20 when he was signed. Skippy's back home now. Skippy's back up north. I really thought about bringing Skippy over to hang out with, or bringing Charlie to hang out with Skippy, but Skippy's so blind that I think Charles would just run into him, not even on purpose, but like trying to play, and Skippy literally wouldn't hear or see him. Um, and I Skippy would be fine, like playing and doing whatever. He still has energy, even for an old dog. But um, he just he's so blind that I wouldn't think Skippy would understand that like this dude can't see, he can't hear. He's just blind. I mean, Skippy, when I was letting him in from outside, I didn't open the back door fast enough, and he just walked right into the back door. So I mean, like he's not seeing solid objects directly in front of him. But no, he went back up home. What was it, Sunday when my parents came back? Fractured finger. Yeah, he's still as happy as can be. So like he's still aware of what's going on around him and stuff. For the like, he still knows when you're in the kitchen, or at least he guesses anytime he doesn't see anyone around that they're in the kitchen, because he would always go out there and randomly check on it. But um, I don't know if you saw in the one day on my Instagram story where he was out in the morning and there was a rabbit like 10 feet from him. I took that picture, and then about 10 seconds later, he turned around to go the other way. So he had no idea that there was a rabbit like right in front of him. Um, no idea. And the neighbors have some big dogs, and they were barking at Skippy the one day. Doesn't even react, doesn't even see him. They're giant on the fence barking at him. And he's just waddling around the yard. He can't hear a thing. The only thing he can really hear is if you clap and like make like a really echoey clap. He can hear that. And that's really about it. You kind of have to. I mean, he is truly an old man. You have to really kind of yell for him to hear anything. Yeah, like it's a combination of him being blind and also um blind and deaf. But I mean, he's 16 and he was from a shelter as well, so he theoretically could be even. Speaking of the Dominican players that lie about their age, shelters are not usually. trying to guess that dogs are older than they are. They want them to always be younger so they get adopted faster. So he could even be older than he is. But I think the current, who my parents were saying that the current record for the oldest dog, like that's currently alive, is a rat terrier as well. So he might be plugging along for a couple more years as well. But no, I think he probably has a year or two more. Cause I don't think he has like major health problems. Like being blind and deaf is obviously not good, but usually when dogs get older, like the other Rambo dog, my parents put him down earlier this year, I believe, because they theorized that he had dementia or something. Like he was starting to act out and not just and be like aggressive and not happy and pee on the floor and just have all kinds of issues um, that is typical of a dog kind of getting to the end of their life. And he just seemed miserable every day. He would always try to just go to his crate and sleep the whole time. Like he would never want to be out. So I think he was just getting ready. I don't really care, Jorge, to be honest. I like when these players send messages like, I'm not having my playing time. I'm not happy that the Colorado team sucks. We're going to try to trade Mickey Moniak because he's batting 194 and he's 27. And we can bring up more young guys to take his spot. Surely someone got hurt and the team needs a center fielder. Nope. There's a whole bunch of nothing. The Reds want him. They want to give me nothing for him. Still playing league? Got to get on that Smite 2 train. Oh, Smite 2, it's where it's at. Honestly, surprised that we are 10 and 17. It's not too bad. Not too bad from where we probably should be. We're claiming everyone. We get any. And we just really have no pitchers. And I guess that's one of Colorado's problems is their lack of pitching depth. And I don't know. We kind of stink. See if we can trade him after just claiming him off waivers. I mean, 12 and 18, honestly, we could be a lot worse. It'd be a lot worse. If he can play center field. I can have him $4 million. They can take him. Can't really play center. He can't really play center. He's in right field. Jordan can't really play center. But him in center, him in left. I mean, if we got close to a 500 record, that would be a really good first year. Angel Zerpa. We not have any money. We have negative $13 million available. Yikes. And we trade literally anyone. Probably not. Honestly, we can make a trade with the Padres. Give us some cash. Ethan Solis? Only batting 200 though. Huh. Um, Sterling could play some outfield. All right. Potentially we could do. I mean, we just have no money right now to even claim good Free agents or waiver wire players. And just nobody wants him. See if we can trade Kyle Freeland. I think that would open up a lot of money. Yeah. Crazy how much money they're giving that man. The Rockies pay the most random players a ton of money. Unfortunate. We're not going to be able to get Angel Zerpa because we have no money. Although, I'm looking at our lineups here to see if there's anyone that's interesting to trade. Jorge is a 32-year-old catcher. I feel like we try to trade him. We did all that work for the depth chart, and it's just going to get messed up. And nobody wants him? Anyone want Chad Stevens? Anyone need a shortstop? He was batting like 100 and 174 this year. And nobody wants anything from us. What about Jose? We're trying to trade every. Hey, Christian, how's it going? I'm trying to fix the Colorado Rockies. It's not working. They still stink, although it's just the first season. It would be truly a miracle if we were good. Have a good one, Christian. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Just not going to be able to get them. Next year, we'll be able to sign more people. And the Brewers don't have any money as well. Nobody has any money. Mark Vientos is doing well for us. Well, that's good to see. Now he's out for 5 weeks, but that was a good waiver wire pickup, to be honest. Yes, Blade Krim will give him a chance. We're gonna put. He was a first baseman. Trying Audiel in every position. Honestly, we're still kind of in striking distance of getting to 500. Could we stay there or could we, well, A, could we get there? Probably not. Would we stay there? Probably not. Yeah, we just would love to trade Kyle Freeland. We'll just set him as available. Nobody's gonna want to trade for someone that's that expensive. Would love to get rid of him. All right. Can we trade Anthony Prato? Please, somebody. Nope. For last place, as we most likely will stay for most of the year, if not the entire year. I think probably a conservative goal too is to lose less than 90 games. I think that would be good because I think they lost like 100 last year. I think the White Sox were worse, but I don't think it was by much. Heaviest players? Wait, Amir Garrett is not 330 pounds. That's not correct. It's 239. What is that? Not even close to being correct. Only one that's correct is maybe Aaron Judge. RJ Pettit is not 300 pounds. Oh, he is. RJ Pettit is 300 pounds. That listing is correct. Yikes. That's a big man. 6'8", 300 pounds. Who's Tony? Also, like, why is this showing this stat? It's such a weird thing. Tony here, 285. 6'3", 285. That's a large man as well. Alec Moneja. Is that a pitcher as well? Oh, this dude's big. Yeah, it's 6'6", 285. Aaron Judge, I believe that he's probably listed around that weight. RJ Pettit's a monster. My goodness. Big googly moogly. If a lot of guys are performing well hitting wise, seems to be a good idea to give Jorge the everyday at bats at catcher and make Hunter Goodman the um, bullpen arm. Brian Mata is 27. Can we shop him? I mean, we need a chunk of money, and I feel like he's been productive enough to warrant interest. Bailey Falter is also the next on the chopping block if we can trade him. Because we're gonna have issues with our draft if we can't get money. We're not going to be able to sign anyone above slot. Come on, take him. Somebody take Bailey. My goodness. All right. Tyler Freeman. Next one is going to be Braxton. We need a large chunk of money. Oh my goodness. Man, nobody wants anyone. This is insane. Guess we're just signing everyone to slots on the in the draft. Guess theoretically we'll have Luis back at some point next year. He is just not always on the waiver wire. Our offense has been pretty good. Honestly, our team is better than I thought. Still 13 games under 500, so not very good, but 14 games. Still not very good. Quite bad, some would say. Rookie of the month. All right. Finding his own way out in left field. Please, anyone take any of our players. Can't believe nobody wants like a good backup shortstop. Oh my goodness, finally. Okay. We find finally someone wants someone on our team. We get Ben Joyce would be a really good pickup for our bullpen. See if there's anyone else that's really interesting, but oh, they don't have any money. I want Ben Joyce though. I'm fine with that. All right, we're to see if we can trade Grant Holmes. He was a free agent signing for us. Somebody? Anyone? Okay, okay, we're making so the Nationals want him. They have money too, even better. They want Marcus Brown. Oh wow, we could just get Dylan Cruz. Give us $20 million, please. $15. I mean, I'm fine. We'll give him the risky 16-year-old prospect. Dylan Cruz is kind of an interesting player to pick up here. You can throw him on the bench. And my brain just had a fart. Who did we just trade? Oh, Grant Holmes. Is that the dude? Oh no, that was the. All right, cool, 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 cool. Bring Jaden Hill back up. All right, we have enough to draft now. I think. At least not to have major problems. Sam Bachman is with us now. Means we can trade another pitcher. See if somebody wants JT. He's having a good year so far. He's 35 though, so we don't really need him on our team, to be honest. We're not really a 35-year-old reliever away from being good. Guyver Ruiz, we can get something working with this. Maybe not. Never mind. Go 17-year-old pitcher on there. 18-year-old player. Just want too much for him. We are getting interest though, which is good to see, of a 35-year-old relief pitcher, which means Eric Miller might be getting some interest as well. Trying to be the same exact one person, Kyber Ruiz. Yep, literally just the same trade. Well, it actually worked out that he was injured because now we have Sam Bachman. Our season's kind of going down the tubes at this point. 18 games under 500. We were kind of chilling, staying under 10, away from being to 500, but we're just gonna just put him there. Might not be good for us. We need some arms. By Madden, that's a decent pickup. $19 games. Yeah, it's starting to fall apart. No, 9 to 10 a month. Oh, that's unfortunate. This one's a rough, rough. See if we get our dudes from the waiver wire. Yep, we do. We don't care about Al Freeland. Actually, Jose Quintana can just go in the bullpen. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Actually, doesn't matter whatsoever. We're not re-signing him anyway. Take a risk on Chris Paddock. He's 30, which is nothing I guess for a pitcher for a team like us that it's not really close, but Mines will take a risk on him. 22 games under 500. The season has collapsed. New goal. We try to stay under 100 losses. At this rate, it seems to be a guarantee that we're going to get there. Someone want Blake Krim? Because we don't. Hope. All right. Our team is bad. I guess we check free agency. If there's anyone that's randomly been released that has some potential. Is he on a major league team? Oh, the Athletics. Jose Quintana's pitching well this year. Stinks that he's 37, so it doesn't really matter that he is or not. We are so bad. Really wish someone would take Jose. Just we just don't need him. So old, and her team is not gonna be good by the time he's retired. Our goal is still to stay under 100 losses. Not looking too good for us. Everyone's on the struggle bus. Season doesn't really matter, does it? Let's see if there's any interesting players. Free agency. I mean, on the trading block. Not really. Not really. And we knew this was gonna be a rough first season for the Rockies. Bright spot is our offense hasn't been completely terrible. Our pitching is, I mean, the Rockies pitching is always going to be ranked worse just because of where they play. The offense is always going to be ranked a bit better from where they are, but man, I don't know. This our starting pitching is relatively okay. Their hitting's actually been pretty good. But we don't want that. Keep claiming all the pitchers. Who is he on Milwaukee or yeah, Milwaukee? Mark Vientos was a good waiver wire pickup for us. He's a full 3 stars. Hunter Goodman and Sterling Thompson. He has 10 home runs on the year with very little power, which is very good. But, like, we have some good offensive pieces that are there. Alexander Canario has been our center fielder. You know, we have decent amount of offense. Our pitching is the worst in the NL. Never expected it to be great, but we hope it wouldn't be as bad as it is. And Bachman to AAA. Sure. Jane Hill to AAA. $26 under 500, no problem. The Guardians claim Sam Bachman from us. Good luck. Good luck. We're releasing him. Pittsburgh claimed him too, and we're offering a minor league deal. How about that? Manipulating the waiver wire system. You don't get to take him from us for nothing. All right, first year player draft. Sam Bachman did resign with us on a minor league deal. Really good shortstop. Which shortstop they want? They want us to go with a catcher. Brother. No, we picked the catcher or the shortstop. Yeah, I don't really want to draft a catcher this early. There really is any other good position players though. We're gonna sort by high school players, by batters. So Eric Booth. I guess in the third round we'll take our supplemental first round. Grab another center fielder, I suppose. Ethan Bass is available. Grab as many. All right, grab every shortstop that's available is gonna join our team. So focus a lot on hitting in this first one. We'll just fill up on some pitchers. All right, that's a good pickup here this late. I'm pretty happy with that draft. We got a good amount of hitters. Only two guys that want more money than their slot. We're actually able to afford it. Now, with how bad our pitching is kind of throughout the organization, would have been good just to go crazy on pitching, but um, we did get enough, I think, and we can always do more next year with that sort of stuff. We're claiming everyone. Oh, starter rotation stinks. If anyone wants Jalen Banks, probably not. Ooh, all right, all right. Bunch of veteran pitchers, which, oh, whatever. See him. All right, they got money. We got a hole in our pocket that needs some. Why you always want to sign all those young prospects there. That was a guy we just randomly signed as the free agent, and he got us 25 million or 20 million dollars. Hunter Goodman has 24 home runs. We love to see that. Let's look at our lineups here. See if someone wants Braxton. I mean, someone wanted that two-star relief pitcher, and we were able to get some money added in when we threw in a prospect. Maybe someone wants Braxton. So we can get a pitcher with years of control, which could be interesting. We can give them another prospect to get them to eat the rest of the contract. Give him Luis Rodriguez. His contract at just arbitration. So this gives us Brady Singer for free for 3 additional years after this year. I kind of like that deal. So then we trade some prospects and our backup catcher. Pretty good trade. Obviously, doesn't really mean much to us this year, but Spencer Steer could also be decent for us. Allows him to go back to AAA. He's batting 111. Comes our ace. Why not? Why not? We send Chase back to AAA. Let him figure out things. Oh, we're not on a good rate. We're almost 30 games under 500. All right, Jose's falling apart now. He's actually had like I think a 4 ERA for most of the year, so it's jumped up quite a bit. But that is all right. It's not like him pitching poorly has ruined our season. We're 30 games under 500, so just a couple more things have gone wrong. Leave him there. Just gout. Just some gout. What? That's insane. Yes. Yes, we will take this trade every day of the week. Now you get to go on the injured list because now we have another dude. We got a dude. All right, let's look at our player development. 22nd. I can't believe they traded us that prospect. For a 28-year-old second baseman that we don't need. I'll take that any day of the week. Be a controversial trade, but we're going to give up a prospect. I'm going to sign him to an extension. Oh, he wants a lot. Do 5 years. No player option. Controversial, but this could solidify our catching and backup catching position for years to come, which then would allow Hunter Goodman to potentially be a backup catcher. Mark Vientos. We'll leave it like that. So this gives us some flexibility because Hunter Goodman doesn't seem to be our long term catching solution. If Tyler Stevenson can be a good catcher or at least serviceable between the two of them, then that could make that position more solid. So that could be good. 5 year contract for him for 24 million is a little bit of money, but see if it works out. We haven't dropped below 30 games, below 500 at least, I guess. Ezekiel Tovar got hurt. Mark Vientos is potentially hurt. Can you get some of these guys released? Crazy that they would take Sterling Thompson out of the lineup when he just auto set the lineup, betting 295 this year for a guy that was in AAA. I think we're making some moves, improving our team little by little. Obviously, we're nowhere near good this year, but there is some potential. Mark Viento's broken kneecap. Oh, that's diabolical. Be out most of next year too. Only 31 games back. Guardians want to give us Jacob Kozart, Blake Pizarov, who I think we actually traded to them. Oh no, those are the players they want from us. Yeah. Not that interested in Jacob Kozart. If we got some money considerations and stuff too. I wish you could do that kind of stuff, even if it's close to the deadline. Like you couldn't add a player, but you could add money in or something. Now we're back to 30 games under 500. NL West is a pretty lopsided division. I mean, the Dodgers are obviously good because they're always good, but the rest of the division is chilling around 500. Got to get out of this season. We're the opposite record of the Dodgers. It means we're on pace for 100 losses. They're on pace for 100 wins. We have to have more wins than they have losses. We can't get mogged that hard by the Dodgers. Surely we don't. We have a good spot for offense to build upon for next year, but that is really about it. Maybe we just keep getting better on offense and ignore pitching. We score 15 runs a game. Might be the only way we can win. Like 28 games under 500. We could lose two more games and still make it to 500. Surely we'll do it. You just need a 25 game winning streak. That's not too much to ask, I don't think. One more loss to give. Then we go on our big win streak. We'll claim him. We claim everyone. Now we can get Angel Zerpa again. Who is he on now? The Athletics? All right, we're ready to win 26 in a row. I don't think we're going to get to 500. I don't think mathematically it's possible anymore, unfortunately. We're ahead of the Dodgers, though. They have less losses than we have wins. Won 18-1 against the Reds. Oof. Max Scherzer just got waived. That's hilarious. We won't make the playoffs. And to think I thought we would have a chance. Only 28 games under 500. I thought we were going to be right there. Surprisingly, we did not, in fact, make the playoffs. Unfortunate for us. I feel like it told us really late. I feel like we were eliminated a very long time ago. We did have on base plus slugging percentage top three. Spencer Steer. That was an in season trade from the Reds. We did stay under 100 losses. Low standards for our first season. The Dodgers got eliminated in the divisional series, which is kind of weird. Mariners sweep the Blue Jays as they go to the World Series. Diamondbacks, Mariners. Wouldn't say this would be the world's. Well, I mean, the Mariners should have a decent chance, but I don't think Arizona does. So that's kind of a weird result. TBH. All right, we already scouted them. The Mariners going to go for a clean sweep. They beat the Rangers 3-0. They beat the Blue Jays 4-0. It's 3-0. We're going to have an immaculate playoff run. Wow. Yeah, they didn't lose a game in the playoffs. Diamondbacks had a magical run, beating the Phillies, Dodgers, and the Cubs. But the Mariners were the team of destiny, apparently. All right, so we got a lot of work to do. So the first thing that we're going to look to do, look at our coaches. We don't need to look at anyone. We're getting rid of everyone. We're fine with those two guys. I mean, honestly, not too bad. Favors tools. How's that? So we'll leave him there until his contract runs out. Then we'll get someone different. We're going to look at arbitration. We have a lot of guys eligible for arbitration. All right, we're probably do this later because my game's starting to get a little laggy. So it means I would have to exit out and come back in, and I don't really want to do that. We'll check free agency though. That'll be the last thing that we'll do. Look at our team stats to finish out the year. So pitching horrendous, very bad. Brady Singer was a good pickup for us. Bailey Faulkner. So honestly, three of the four guys that we have right there ended up being okay. And Chase Dolander will hopefully continue to improve. I mean, the first year he was up, he had a 6.52 ERA. This year, same amount. He dropped his ERA by one. His expected ERA is 4.21, so has potential to get even better. Brady Singer is Gonna hopefully lead our rotation next year. We're gonna take his strategy off since he should just start regardless of what we do as far as this. We'll see if it takes him out. Yeah, it moves him down to there. So Angel Zerpa apparently would be in our rotation. But he pitched well last year in 14 games at a 193 ERA. Pretty easy math to do when he has the same ERA for both teams. We don't really need him on our team, although it could be nice. I think he's gonna want too much money. Yeah, and we also don't have any money, which is a problem that we have. So Bailey is gonna be eligible. Angel eligible. Nick Mers, where you can get a lot of money, which can help your team tremendously, especially when you don't have any money. What's his contract at? So 11, 18. Right, they're gonna eat 60, 70, 80. Oh my goodness. Doing one more player, maybe? I mean, if they ate 90, that's fine. All right, 85. All right, 80. So then someone like this, we could just get rid of. But yeah, we got some money there. Contract dump. They basically just paid off his contract. I mean, I guess we can just leave him on the roster. He's not that bad of a pitcher. We are a bad team, but we could try to get more money. Ben Joyce, that was unfortunate. Only pitched 4 games in the year. Right, Miguel Amaya, he definitely won't be re-upped on our team. 27-year-old catcher that's gonna need 2.5 million. Um, the Red Sox always want to trade Tristan Casas. They always are trying to get rid of that dude. All right, so Guardians have some interesting players. You get Mitch Keller. But we'd have to give him more players to eat some of that contract. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to actually afford it. Get Anthony Envelope, but we're kind of good on the middle infield. With all their problems, it's mostly based around pitching. We have Reese Hoskins a 2-year, $20 million extension for a 212 average and 10 home runs. It's pretty rough. But they have these 3 players that we're interested in, so we're going to put George Valeria on there. We'll look at AAA. Give up a relief pitcher. We'll just take all of their prospects. Even Guan went up to 3.5. Good for that guy. Oh, we get on hill? All right, we're being greedy with that one. .254, 10 home runs, and we get a good starting pitcher. It's gonna be a massive trade that we do with Cleveland here. All right, kind of. They have cash too. Can we get some cash money from them? Wow, they'll just give us Jonathan Rodriguez. Let's give us 40 million. Actually, a crazy trade. So we get a starting pitcher, I guess a right fielder, center fielder, Angel Gano, who's a good shortstop prospect, middle infield. Him just throwing a dart at the board, see if he's able to develop. Khalil Watson, an outfield prospect. George Valeria, an outfield ready player. And Angel Martinez, a utility man. And we just have to give up a couple of prospects. And really, um, Willington Herrera, I guess, is probably the best one. Jordan Beck is a major league ready outfielder. And we get $20 million. It's actually an insane trade for us. But that's going to be it for me for now. I think we'll do a couple more trades, but see y'all in the next one. Peace.